I'm just acting Chicallywood.
You know, so how would you give somebody, just talk to somebody that's just like, yo, I relate to that, you know what I'm saying? Your journey and your past and your struggles, but the thing is, how would you tell somebody like, yo, you can still do it? Like, how would you give them that advice?
Well, I would tell them, I know it may sound cliche or hard because everybody's not in the same position, but I would say, like, whatever you can do, pray to, whatever God you serve, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, the Most High, whoever you serve, just pray that you can have the ability to try to keep going, because I know it's hard. Because I can't, I know a few people who lost a child in the industry, and it's bad. I don't wish that pain on nobody.
Yeah.
And that's why I wear around my neck every day. It's my baby. I carry her with me.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I say to them, I know it's hard, but try to find something to keep going. Whatever it can to fuel you, even to use that, like you say, use that pain and try to turn it into something positive, or try to bring awareness.
Yeah.
Just something to try to fuel you to keep going. Because then, when I was in my slump, then I noticed, I'm like, I know my daughter would want me to keep going.
Right.
I know she would want me to keep going. Because when I won my award for my film, and I told her, and she was so happy, and then I think about that. I think about it because she was there helping me.
Wow.
She was there helping me, and it's like, man, I got to keep going for her.
Yeah.
And then I have other babies. I have a family, a wife, kids, and I got to keep going for them.
Yeah.
I got to keep going. I got to keep pushing as hard as it is. And sometimes I do want to give up, but then I just, you got to find something. You got to find something to do it, to keep going.
That's dope. It takes a lot.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about being in this position, you're going to have people that's going to look at you and say, yo, I relate, because the thing I've noticed in Chicago is it's a lot of talented people here. But the number one thing is they say, I don't know how though. I don't know how to do that. I can, they know how to maybe act. They know how to do this and that third. And if somebody might say, I want to write a film, but they be like, I don't know how to do it. I don't even know where to start. And that's usually the biggest things I hear is I don't know where to start.
Yeah. yeah. It's a lot, man.
Yeah.
My buddy, my buddy Fidel Love, man. I love that dude. He said something one day, and I hate to butcher it, but I'm gonna just paraphrase. But it was something along the lines of like, somewhere out there it's an actor with no script. Or it's a guy with a script with no actors, or a cameraman with nobody to shoot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's always somebody out there that needs something, that's missing something, and it just come together and be right under your nose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then it'd be a beautiful thing when they all come together. Because it's like, whatever you lacking or think that you can't do, it's always somebody else with the exact polar opposite, and then y'all just come together and work.
Yeah.
You're like, man, I love to act, but I ain't got nobody. I ain't got the equipment to shoot. And then, dude, well, that's funny you say that, because I got the equipment. I'm looking for something to film, and I ain't got nothing to film. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then it just
and speaking on that,
man.
And so speaking on that, what do you think Doc Hollywood is missing to help you get to that next level?
Definitely, I want to say, part of it is equipment.
Okay.
And I'm not ashamed to admit, it take money to do that. My resources ain't everything, because it goes into, like I say, family and stuff. I got priorities.
Right.
But for me to, but I take good pride in, to me, to film stuff with my phone. I got like a lot of equipment on my phone to film stuff with my phone and to win awards for it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's, you can't take that away from me. Mm-hmm. But that don't necessarily mean just because that happened that I don't need a camera. No, I'm never thinking that, because I'm always, I always want to do stuff. You know what I'm saying? I always want to try to elevate myself, because you never as good as you think you are. You can always be better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, that's just how I look at it, man.
Yeah.
So definitely that's one of the things that just, to take on, just put myself out there more. Like, a lot of stuff is like, like as much stuff as I do, like with my skits, constantly pushing them out there, a lot of stuff too I still be nervous about. that I'll be nervous about doing because I don't know how it's gonna be, received,
Right.
and stuff like that. So you just gotta. Sometimes you gotta take that chance and put yourself out there, man, because that can be the one thing you never know who watching. And be like, okay, well, come on, I got something for you.
Man, I mean, like I said, the fact is, when you saw this, you saw when I posted some of the episodes of this, and I'm literally like just starting out. I'm in the baby stages of doing this, so it's like I'm blessed that people reach out. But when you saw this, you was like, bro, I got to come on the show. You know what I'm saying? And what I say, hey, when you bring,
I appreciate that. He's like, come on, because like for you, like the whole setup and stuff, man. Just for you starting out, this is like. Man. You already, and again, I'm not blowing smoke because I'm sitting here in your face talking to you.
Appreciate it.
You already like light years ahead of, what I'm saying, people. That's just for you to just be starting off doing this. Man. And, and I'm just, and to be honest, I'm flattered, man, because when I put it out there, I didn't think, that you was going to hit me like, yeah, come on. And I'm like, what? Did I just read that right?
Dude, and it goes back to what you said. It goes back to what you said. Sometimes we don't work together enough. You know what I'm saying? And I need to define what that means because some people feel like, well, come shoot my movie for free. That's not working together. That's you taking advantage of a situation. Yeah. Working together means that you're bringing something to the table of value. I'm bringing something to the table of value. And then we work it together to be able to get equal results, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, if that's the one thing I think that Chicago really needs to recognize, that when we say we need to work together, because like I said, a lot of people feel like, oh, because this person ain't shooting my movie for free, man, the hell with him, you know what I'm saying? That's why we don't ever make it. It's like your logic is not logical, you know what I'm saying? It's not making sense.
See,
so
with that, not to cut you off, I just want see, it's like, and that Blaze, when you put it like that into that perspective, that's a lot that got to do with integrity, man. And it's like, and what I tell people, see, now I'm in the process of about to pay my actors, but at first, I tell them, like, because one thing I try to be, I try to be just straight honest with people. And I know, in the kind of like, you try not to take stuff personal when you see like certain posts, because like you see, like I'll let you know what I'm getting at. It's like you see a poster like, oh, somebody want me to do a movie, and they offering, and they like, oh, somebody want me to do a movie, and they offering chicken and IMDb credit, and then I'll be like, wow, well, that was me, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what it's like,
the low key sneak,
right? But it's like, I tell people from jump, I don't want any surprises. Like, okay, well, this is what I can do. I don't really have nothing to pay right now, but it's coming. But man, I can, I do this. I can put it in festivals. I can guarantee you, I'm gonna push the hell out of it. I'm gonna get you your credit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure you're good the best way, the ability that I can. You need some gas money or something, or if you talk to me or something, hey man, can you throw me some money coming out there? Yeah, I got you. But that's what I say about integrity. You let people know, then you give them the option to, no, I can't get down with that, man. You got to pay me, which is understandable. Yeah. I would never sit there and get mad. I'll be probably in my mind like, damn, he was good or she was good, man. But I understand you want to get paid. I understand that. So who am I to get mad? And now I'll go out there and slander you because you don't want to do my project because I can't pay you. That's just ridiculous, man. Yeah. Well, like you say, you put it out there, then it's like, okay, well, look, I can pay you A, B, and C, or I can't pay you right now, or whatever. And again, let them decide to, all right, that's cool. I like you. Let's do it. That's how you do that. It's that integrity, man. Yeah. Because you got a lot of people out there that, man, I ain't got nothing for it, and you said it was gonna be, you know what I'm saying, this.
Yeah, the okie doke.
Right, it's rough, man.
The bait and the switch, as they say.
Right, it's rough. So.
Nah, I mean, because like I said, I come from the rap and music industry, and it's always been some like unique challenges. So I'm glad and blessed that I started there. You know what I'm saying? And continue to work in that industry because I'm able to kind of like so it's like when I come across actors in this industry, I'm like, oh, this child's play. I know how to navigate this.
Because you did it already. You was in the trenches already.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like coming from, coming from the music business, it's like it's always competition. Yeah. It's nonstop. The difference that I noticed with actors that it's competition, but it's like we're on the same team kind of competing. You know what I'm saying? But I might not like you, but I know that if we work together on this, we got to get this done. done. And I've seen that personally. Like, I've seen that where it was like two actors that just don't like each other, but because we're on a set, we got to get this done.
Respect.
They were like, yo, I'm not finna cause no problems because I know we got to get this done. I don't mean I got to sit and eat with you, and I got to, after this over with, we go our separate ways.
Yeah.
But you would never know they had any issues. Unfortunately, in the music business, it's a little bit like, rappers be like, I'm going to take his chick. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stun on them. They'd be like, that's unnecessary. But I mean, I get it because, it's that particular era and aura is all about competition. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I like dealing with the actors and the directors and things like that. It's all about sharing the notes and seeing, okay, what piece you got over there? Can we add this together and put this together? Yeah. So yeah, man. When you're pretty much looking for an actor, what do you look for when you want somebody in your skit? You want some? Is it some? Do they have to be new, or do they have to are they new, or do they have to have some credits? How do you get a gauge? Like, I want to work with you. I want you to work with me. How do you gauge that?
Well,
I'm just acting Chicallywood.